I'm sick of people asking about external chips. Like, do you have a chip on your shoulder because of how last year ended? Do you listen to outside noise? When something like that happens, who cares about external perspectives? Like, you know what I mean by that? Yeah. Like, why should we play for anything externally when we have something to play for internally? That's a lot bigger and more important. Sorry.
Howard Moore is an assistant men's basketball coach at Wisconsin who briefly worked here before that. And late Friday evening, his world was forever shaken. He was in a serious car accident in Michigan as a driver going the wrong way crashed into Howard and his family. 2 people in Howard's car died from the wreck, his wife and his daughter.
That moment, it was kind of it's blurry. You know, it's just so much that you're trying to take in and process, and we were trying to process that. It didn't seem like it was real. It's something that you don't want to hear. You refuse to hear the truth at that moment. It didn't seem real at all.
Looking back, that time, it's so surreal and so horrific that something like that could happen in the blink of an eye, that those next couple days were just a fog.
You know, at the time when I found out, I was with my family, so there was a lot of tears, a lot of hugs. And so at that time, initially, I had to rely on my family, and then since we were all kind of separated at that time, none of the team was together. It was through phone calls with my teammates and with my coaching staffs, just trying to get a grip on the whole situation as hard as that can be.
Honestly, it was unreal. I've never had something like this so suddenly happen really in my life, where I've lost somebody close to me or had somebody go through a tragic experience as this so suddenly.
On the way to the hospital in Michigan, I realized that this is real. Like, I'm actually headed to see my brother in the hospital. The first thing he says to me is, "We're gonna get through this," right? And he's telling me that, and that's something I should be saying to him. And trying to find a way to comfort him, he was comforting me in that moment, right? And understanding, you can see it in my face, but that's Howard, right? That's who Howard was. That's who Howard is.
I could just remember, you know, kneeling at his bedside there, and it's very emotional. We're both crying, and he just looks up and he looks over at Jarrell across in the bed across the room. They had moved him in after they had taken Jen out, and just said, "You know what? I still got my son."
None of us really knew what to expect, what he was going to say. And I think the last thing I thought we were going to talk about is basketball.
When we got there, it was just an eye-opening experience of how he was acting towards us. And he was just showing, you could just feel the love that he was giving and that we were receiving. And at times we were just quiet and we were kind of like speechless to see that him going through something this tragic, that he can still be a man of faith and still talk highly of the guys and joke around and laugh.
Howard was Howard at his best, really. I mean, he was strong. He was convicted that he was going to get through this, and he has a purpose now, even more so than before, to be a better father, a better coach, a better person to our guys, a better leader, a role model. He used those words, "I'm going to be better for you guys."
Life didn't stop for everyone else, right? Now is kind of his message. He didn't want everyone to stop moving because of the situation. He wanted to propel them to say, you know, we're gonna fight, but now we have a cause to fight for. We have something bigger.
He said, going forward, I have battles in front of me that I have to attack. And so just like you guys, I'm gonna take care of my business. I want you guys to take care of your business this summer. The best way you can repay me is by winning games.
Here was a cold, hard punch in the gut of a real life situation that we were going to have to deal with, that it made basketball seem really, really small and minute and obsolete. But I think Howard did a great job of challenging everybody to be more, to be better, to take advantage of every opportunity you have.
Guys walked out of the house that day, you know, a little energized to get going through the rest of the summer and into this season. And I think that's a credit to Coach Moore and how strong he really is.
Be more, do more, for more was kind of the title of his message that he gave to us, even though he didn't say it. Be more and do more. You're improving yourself. You're improving whether it's your basketball skills, but also just your way of life and the way you approach life. Don't try to just improve your game for your own individual self. Improve your game for the betterment of the team, for something bigger than yourself. You know, it's not moving individually, it's moving as a unit. It's moving as a team that is united, you know, is truly a part of something bigger.
I think of it as a big strength for our team. I think that when you look at Coach Moore and see everything that he's been through, you just think of the word strength. To power through adversity at the most random times, obviously, and a lot of adversity is going to hit here and there throughout the season. It's going to be up and down here and there, but we just got to stay on the right path and continue to use that strength and that motivation that Coach Moore gives us to propel us.
He knows how important everybody's role is in this program, so I'm going to continue to be the best version of myself in honor of his family and in honor of him not being able to be with us here right now. I think it's important that we do more and be the best version we can be, because I know that's what he wants us to do. I know that's what his wife would want us to do, to carry on and be strong and continue to do more at what we do best.
We can't replace his mom, we can't replace his sister, but we can try to do a lot of other things to help the kid out.
He's always said it. He's like, you're an inspiration, you're influential, you have impact on these guys, and continue to be that. He would always say that. Continue to be an inspiration, continue to, coach and be that in any, way or shape or form that you can. And I'm just trying to live that now that I have an official coaching title, is to be that inspiration and kind of take those words constantly into consideration.
This group is galvanized, probably unlike any other I've seen. There's days when I don't have an answer for maybe the question that gets thrown out or the emotion that is there. I think the biggest thing, obviously Coach Moore wants us to play hard and play well and represent the Badger family in the right way, and our guys are committed to doing that.